Before managing inventory, it's critical to make sure your Flowhub environment is set up correctly. Store settings are the foundation for a number of important inventory management considerations and helpful tools in the Flowhub system. Inside store settings, you can choose whether or not inventory room moves are reported to metric, if on-hold packages should be flagged in our system, whether or not to import metric retail IDs when receiving inventory, which, if any, categories will trigger automatic labels to be printed at the time of sale, how long the system should hold on to zero quantity packages, and if you'd like Flowhub to automatically finish packages in metric. And last but not least, which room returned items that are to be restocked or destroyed should be put into during a return. The key takeaway here is that a clean setup equals accurate data, operational efficiency, and a more straightforward path to regulatory compliance. When settings are properly configured, every action in the system, from receiving to sales, flows through cleanly to compliance. Permissions determine who can do what inside of Flowhub. Every action, from editing a package count to approving an adjustment, should trace back to an authorized user. A best practice is to grant the least amount of access needed to do the job. For example, bud tenders may be able to view inventory, but might not be able to adjust counts. And if we scroll down to the inventory section of our roles configuration, we'll see that each independent operation in the inventory management toolset is available to toggle on or off. Managers may be able to approve discrepancies, while only compliance or ownership can finalize transfers. Flowhub automatically tracks every action in the activity log, timestamped with the user's name and exact change made. That audit trail is your proof of compliance during inspections. Now let's connect permissions to compliance. Most inventory discrepancies start with human error, someone adjusting the wrong package or performing a task they weren't authorized for. And here's how to prevent that. Unique logins only. Never share accounts or passwords or even API keys if that's possible. Restrict sensitive actions. Lock down approve discrepancy and edit inventory to just the people that need those permissions. Monitor audit logs daily. Quickly catch unexpected changes. Avoiding user-based discrepancies protects your data integrity and your license. Common setup mistakes to watch for include reusing old staff accounts after turnover, assigning manager permissions to every user, forgetting to disable test rooms or test inventory items. And now, you've completed Module 2. You know how to navigate store settings competently with respect to inventory management, assign and audit user permissions, and prevent user-based compliance issues. Next up is Module 3, where we'll cover receiving inventory, finishing packages, and put these permissions into practice.